My name is Renison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. From time to time, we would have told you that this is not the ordinary newscasting network. These are stories that you will never hear nowhere else. Even if you hear it somewhere else, is with breadth of knowledge and not depth. Now, yesterday, on the 8th of April, we was in the Saparia area in which Kimber Morris, on the location in which Kimber Morris, a 40-year-old, and her daughter Zaya, a 8-year-old, perished in a house fire. Now, the thing about it is this. We have come to understand that they don't even have fire truck services in that area, and it have a fire station. Now, the Progressive Empowerment Party would have been highlighting this stuff so long, and nothing would have ever put into place. Now, a tragic event would have taken place, and we pray to God that it didn't fall on deaf ears, because the psychological harm and the stress it would have caused the neighbors within that area, it is astronomical. It's not just 2 people die in a fire. It's more than that. It's a family would have lost a home and all their items. And the neighbors and the friends of these individuals are in mourning. Some may never recover. Now we are going straight into this video, in which you will see that would have been taking place there. And we pray that mainstream media find it in their heart not just to brush past these stories or cover it as a statistics, but to go in depth as we are doing it on this Workers' Rights Platform. So we urge you, subscribe to the channel. My name is Renison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. Stay tuned for the video up next.
Alright, I'm gonna do my best to not cuss. I'm gonna do my best to not cuss. I'll do it like that. So, 3 little black children burned to death in Marabal, in a property behind M&M Insurance that Castani owned next to Royal Bank. I think it's Castani property. The house had burglar proofing. The fire station reached, fire services reached, police reached. Nobody had any tools to open the house. The country watched these little children begging through rota and burning to death. And I went and I did a video there. And I tried to raise the issue. Thugs, they sent thugs to throw me off the site. I tried to raise the issue of burglar proofing in this country, and that the fire services don't have equipment. I went to the fire headquarters on Rights Road to do a live video there. The chief fire officer told his subordinates to call the police for me. So I had to leave there. I came home. I was contacted by somebody who introduced himself as the president of the Fire Service Association. He promised to give me all of the information. And we was organizing. While I was talking to him, my phone was ringing, and it was Kerman from Paria telling me about people trapped in a pipe. You'll remember that? While I was live with the fire officer, I got that call from Kerman saying that there were people trapped in a pipe. I promised the president of the Fire Service Association that we will do a video with him, but I wanted to follow up Kerman on this pipe. Well, the rest of that is sad, tragic history. I followed up with Kerman, and we tried for that whole weekend, 48 hours. From the moment I made that call to Kerman, my entire weekend was spent trying to get those people out of that pipe. That effort sent that information viral with regards to the pipe. So we stuck a pin in the fire service issue, and we dealt with Kerban family and Henry family and Ali and those who lost loved ones in the pipe. And it became a national issue because we went down there, because I was down there, because I put aside my time and went down there, and we dealt with that, and it became a national issue to the point where everybody had to stunt and try to pretend they're part of it, UNC PNM bullshit. And then the PNM eventually ended up with a commission of inquiry, and we're waiting on the results of that. When I left Paria at the end of that weekend, Carnival weekend, I got back home. Very early in the week, I did a video with the head of the Fire Service Association, and he told Trinidad and Tobago, he told us that 1/3 of the fire stations in this country have no fire service appliances. He told us, at risk to his job, at risk to himself, he gave us information that the appliances showing up at fires without any equipment to open wrought iron burglar proofing. He gave us information that there are high rises in this country, and that the fire services, as it is construed now, cannot fight a fire above 4 floors or 5 floors. Fitzgerald Hines, Pawn King, that jackass, that inveterate donkey that drawing a salary to fool poor black people and tell them it's not your poverty have you climbing people wall to eat food, you know. It's the porn that you're watching that have your balls scratching, making you feel to go and tea food to eat. That is a jackass that you have in government. He is reflective of his leader, Keith Christopher Jackass Rowley. And that is why the country is a shithole. The country is a shithole because those 2 people died. This is the 5th set of people that died in fires because the fire service couldn't reach in time and they couldn't respond and they couldn't fix. Truck came late and it has to come from Trinidad. So this area is
water is a kind of thing that I always have in a place and just to be long after
in time.
Reaching time, you know.
Right.
Honestly speaking, the truck never reaching time, you know.
Truck never reached in time.
No.
So you were here when it happened?
Yes, I was part. I leave from inside and I go out every moment to sell and make my money, you know.
Right.
But when I was passing, I see Ian and I don't have them in front there.
How long you know these people now?
You wanted to talk to me on camera?
About 16 years.
16 years, you know them?
You wanted to talk to me on camera?
Of course he's willing to talk to you. He's a concerned resident?
Progressive Empowerment Party is in Siparia. And this morning we're here to show you the results of not voting the correct people in power. This here is what happens when you don't vote the correct people into power. You see this? This is the kind of management that you get. This is the kind of service that you get. Because these people, they don't care about you. The opposition leader, who is the representative for Siparia, went to Napuna. Where is she here? Why is she not in Siparia? Huh? Does she care about Siparia? The Prime Minister, how far away, how big is Trinidad that you can make a drive and come here and see these people? But nobody cares, and this is what we're trying to explain to you, that they don't care. They don't care about you. Only the Progressive Empowerment Party has made a choice to come down here and try to do something about this. So we're begging you, come and join us and let's fix this country together. Sheldon spoke about caring and the non-caring behavior of our government and opposition as well. What we also had to look at is the responsibility of these people, as well as nobody seems to be held responsible for the inaction where anything is concerned in this country. At this point, we are talking to Ministry of National Security. Ministry of National Security is being ridiculous and unaccountable for national security concerns in Trinidad and Tobago. These people had to put some burglar proof on the windows so tight to keep people from coming in to harm them inside their house, while at the same time being unable to come out in case of an emergency. The fire service in Trinidad and Tobago seems to not be functioning at no point, because nothing where fire is concerned in Trinidad and Tobago, they could respond and have a successful outcome to the scenario. A fire station was built in Penal not too long ago, commissioned a couple years ago, $100 million, but no fire trucks. So I can't understand how this system works. Nothing in Ministry of National Security is functioning. Nothing at all. Fire service non-functional. Immigration division non-functional. The police, Coast Guard, none of it is functional. And today we are saying the Progressive Empowerment Party is the only party who have plans and policies to secure this country, to secure the people of this nation. Come together, one people under one flag. Join with us, support us, and help us build a better Trinidad and Tobago. Community, with girl children, would like to say something. She's very heartbroken right now. This situation is terrible, you know. A lot of people here are in tears, and some people just don't know how to express their grief. But she would like to say something as a mother, a fellow mother, with girl children.
As a mother this morning, upon hearing this a few days ago, I was not able to cope with it because I have children of my own. And standing here this morning, I feel the presence of the mother and the child. It is so heartbreaking. All I could do is cry, just thinking about the feelings, thinking about the pain, the shattering pain that they were experiencing. Because knowing that I have kids, and as a single mother, I have to also burglar proof every single thing, wondering if my house would be next, and wondering also and worrying that maybe if I put this burglar proof on, what if one day a fire starts and I can't remember where the key is? I can't remember, or if the iron is too hot to get my kids out, and I have to wait for help, and it doesn't have anybody to help me. It's so unbearable, it's so heart-wrenching to know that we don't even have services from the respective authorities. It's so sad, and I don't even know what to say because the emotions are so much. I can't understand how people are so uncaring, how it is. Neighbors are so close, and we have to protect ourselves so much. It's so sad. I'm sorry.
Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I stand before you here today as a father, just as my colleague said she is a mother. And I want to show you guys something. See this? I am an amputee. Lost one of my legs in an accident almost 15 or 16 years ago. We here in the Progressive Empowerment Party, we are trying to make a difference in this country, or bring a difference to this country. Bring a difference to you all out there. As a father, as the rest of my colleagues said, if a fire is to break out in my home, and this scenario take place here a couple of days ago, has to take place in my home, how am I going to deal with a situation where there is no solution to the problems in this country? You heard the rest of my colleagues, you heard what they said. Put yourself in their shoes, put yourself in this family's shoes, and think what will happen to you. It's only when it reaches to your door, then you just know what has happened. Then you just feel the pain. Every one of us here today who are here with our political leader, Mr. Philip Edward Alexander, and the Progressive Empowerment Party is feeling this pain this morning. Feeling it so much that we don't know what to do anymore. We are calling on you, Trinidad and Tobago. Let's unite and bring this country back to where it's supposed to be. Back to unity and not division. Back to where everything could be fixed under the Progressive Empowerment Party.
Still, everyone since then we've been lighting candles. People say we've been disrespectful by lighting candles in front of the fire station. That is not being disrespectful. That is highlighting an issue that needs to be sorted out. People think it's a joke. They're saying the candles now becoming a bore. But you know what? We are showing that we care by lighting a candle for somebody who is not here, a well-loved individual. She was a gem of a person. Sad to see that she's no more because of the incompetence of her people. Right? So I urge you all tonight, come out, support us and lighten candles for this young lady that lost her life and her child. Come to the fire station to highlight the issue. And on the 29th of April, come to our public meeting, 18th and 19th, Lower High Street, Superior, where Scopey's Bar used to. Come, there are solutions to the problems. Thank you.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the world. Now, to pick up where John left off just now, he talked about candles.
Yeah.
And I find that here what's going on. We shouldn't have to be lighting no damn candle. We have enough money in this country and enough resources that we shouldn't have to be lighting no damn candle. And we should reach to a point that we must
We're not sure exactly where it is.
we must shut down the place to be quite honest. This form of representation we getting in Trinidad here is deplorable. And you know, I start by himself telling him a name, but I'm so passionate about what take place. I didn't find people should be lighting no candle here. We have enough money here to see about this. Why are we to reach? Why are we to reach till 50 more fall down? We have a fire service in Trinidad and Tobago that we paying that is under-equipped. Millions of dollars going down. Just I look, they donate $62 million to the agriculture community to try to revamp the system. And that's all we do. That's all we hearing. They're paying money in thing, they do thing, and we're not getting results. We paying our fire service, we're not getting the result. Why two people are dead? And we run into light candle. We shouldn't be have to be lighting no candle here. We should be alright. You see where the fire service is there? That should be scrapped down. Somebody else should be put in place to manage that, because alright, you ain't hearing that. You're hearing they have the equipment and that had done. What I am saying to you, Trinidad and Tobago, is this. The governance that we have been having here for over 50 years, that whole system needs to change. And to be quite honest, I see the only people that can change this is the PEP. So it
Carnival Friday a year ago, I went to the fire station, chief fire headquarters. I went to the fire headquarters to deal with I went to the fire headquarters to address the little children who died in Marabal, trapped in a house like this. That was a year and months ago. While I was at the fire station, the chief fire officer at the time told his subordinates that Philip Alexander shouldn't be in the headquarters, that my taxes pay for, on a phone that my taxes pay for. He told the subordinates whose salaries like his, my taxes pay for, to call police whose salaries my taxes pay for, to put me out of the fire headquarters for asking how come fire trucks have no equipment when they get to the scene of a fire to address the issue. The fire truck was there, the police vehicle was there. Between the two of them, they had no equipment to free those 3 children, and the world watched them burn to death. Since then, we've had about 6 different instances of people burning to death, trapped in their houses. Can't get out. Who tell them put the burglar proof in? Fitzgerald Hines. Who tell them put the burglar proof in? Stuart Young. Who tell them put the burglar proof in? Keith Rowley. And the rest of Alibaba and the 40 teams that run in this country, and the whole non-functional, dysfunctional, malfunctional opposition that can't wake up from their dribble to say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago that there is a plan in either of those 2 parties. 61 years now, they've been stealing our money. 61 years now, this country has been mismanaged. We could talk about everything. They convince you to silence you that your race is what you're supposed to fight for. And that nonsense for 61 years has continued to the destruction of this country and to death by random murder, being collateral damage, to quote Patrick Manning. This lady just didn't have to get out of the house, that she had burglar proof, because we've never had a commissioner of police, not one, that capable of dealing with crime in this country. Not one. I want Gary Griffith to hear me, because you was commissioner of police, and as you come out of office, all the same crime continue. All you was picking low-hanging fruits. None of y'all did a good job in this country. Not one minister of national security. Not one commissioner of police. And it is time to fix that. It is time to put capable, functional people who are not beholden to the contract mafia to bring to an end the policy of kickback for contracts that has reduced law enforcement in this country and fire service to this, to people, multiples of people dying, trying to get out of a burglar-proof house because law enforcement cannot secure the nation. Fire service are no truck, ambulance are no van, police are no car, but we're spending $9 billion a year, every single year, on national security. So little 1%ers living in Goodwood Park, Valsin and Gulfview could walk around and feel like they're successful businessmen and women. It is time to end that. And you're sitting down letting them fool you that fighting for your race is more important than voting for water. That fighting for your race is more important than voting for proper national security. That fighting for your race is more important than jobs or homes or proper health care or proper education. All of these things are more important than the bullshit of the People's National Movement and the bullshit of the United National Congress, who are telling you to see yourself in your skin color and your hair texture when people like you are dying in houses, burning to the ground. This is about the 6th instance since Ram Kisoon told me live, and that exists on YouTube. You can go and find that video because Sapka News Network ain't gonna cover that. But I want to ask fellas like Gregory Farrar and David Thompson, help us find out how much we pay for fire engines in this country. Help us find out how the contracts are awarded for fire appliances in Trinidad and Tobago. This is the conversation we need to have. Keith Rowley, you want to have commissions of inquiry to hide the incompetent bullshit and your thieves and your bandits from what's it called, Paria? Call a commission of inquiry into how we acquire guns and bullets and boots and pants and shirts and fire truck and police car. Because that is the kind of inquiry I would like to hear. Where all those billions go in, while all your fooling people talking about the race, Indian and African to death, helping nobody, not one person in this country of color benefits unless they're part of the contract mafia. Unless they're part of the team that getting a kickback and a contract. All of the lawyers and the accountants who are involved in driving that getaway car, you all should be ashamed. And you all better pray that they don't have a God in heaven, because the blood of this woman and her child on all your hands. The fact that we have 1/3 of our fire stations have no fire truck. Imagine these jackasses build a multi-million-dollar fire station in Penal and never put a fire truck there.
That's crazy.
Woodbrook Fire Station paying rent at 1% and they still don't have no fire truck, and they haven't had a fire truck for 20 years. The fire service is now part of a criminal conspiracy to defraud the taxpayers of Trinidad and Tobago, and you are not going to get better as long as you continue to vote arsonists in PNM and UNC who pretending to be firemen into office. We need a better country, Trinidad and Tobago. I don't want to be in Siparia this morning outside this woman's house. I don't want to be at the scene of every blasted crime that takes place in Trinidad and Tobago. Where are you? Where are you when they're trying to thief your parks now? Where are you when they're telling you you're too poor and useless to walk around in Fairways and Bayshore and Valsayn? Where are you while your country is being captured on the 29th? On the 29th, I will be back in Siparia. Lower High Street on the 18th and number 18 and 19 Lower High Street on the 29th from 5 p.m. And our entire team and others will be there to talk to you, because a better country is possible. Because this morning we were talking to people about nations that have deserts and have water 24/7. But us, who in a rainforest, we can't get water in return. Us, who water is fall from the sky for free and drown a section of the country every year, we still can't capture, hold, treat and distribute water because we have jackasses in office. And we have to fix that. The entire parliament is a pathway to riches. It is a time to fix that. And the only way to fix that is vote into office people of integrity, people of character, people of ethics. It is time to start voting yourself a better country. Because if you don't, a story like that going to be yours one day soon.
Let's go. All our heads of Paria here to come out. We back on the 29th. We all our heads to bring our concern here. Because we plan to take this by force. This must never happen here again. And that's why it is.
Stay safe, Trinidad.
Alright people, well we in Siparia here. I'm here with John Solomon. And see every evening since that tragic incident, he does do a little light up here in the evening just in solidarity to what taking place right on the pavement right here. So and John Solomon, I mean, some people just want to know as to why you're doing it. I mean, I saying it, but you know, I just want to hear it from you. Why are you doing it?
We're doing this in solidarity with the family. We're doing this to show compassion and respect to the family that they lost a loved one, 2 loved ones, because of the incompetence of a few people. You're telling me that we have a big place like Siparia and there is no fire tender here? People say we are being disrespectful by lighting a candle in front of the fire station. We're not disrespecting the firemen in there, you know. We're highlighting an issue and we're hoping the Minister of National Security could see what it is taking place here. I don't want the Prime Minister to say it pained him, because it's not paining him. He didn't lose a loved one, right?
You know, you say,
we lost a loved one.
You say something about disrespect. I can't understand how that disrespect people dead.
I don't understand it either, right? A man telling me that this is becoming repetitive and it doesn't make sense and everything we lighted candles for. If it was his family, wouldn't have he wanted to know that there are others out there that care about his loss? That's what we're doing it for. We care about the loss that that family incurred. Again, as I said, of the competence of a few people, that the only thing they're studying is their own pocket, their friends and their family.
And John,
They're sure that if a fire breaks out by their place, they will get it out. But you know what? When I made the comment concerning that we have fire tenders wetting people for Carnival in Port of Spain that they take from the airport, people tell me that the people need to free up. You're freeing up. You're freeing up. At what expense in Siparia with no tender?
you know,
We could spend $147 million for Carnival. And we don't have a fire truck in Siparia. How? We lighting our candle in Siparia here. How we lighting our candle is being disrespectful to that family and disrespectful to anybody. So tonight, I'm asking people, come out 7:30 and let's light candles. Let us light some candles in solidarity to show compassion to the family that lost their loved ones. What you wanted to ask me, Papi?
yes, I wanted to ask you about the fire trucks. We never had a fire truck.
It had a fire truck. Now we hearing that the fire truck have some issues. That's why it's not here. So why not one from somewhere, one report somewhere to be lodged here? Why not? Where all the equipment that was in Santa Flora, Petrotrin, where all those equipment? We can't get a truck. Nah, man.
So they never tell any residents in the area about some kind of backup service or anything?
Oh, nobody knew it had a fire. It don't have a fire truck here until the people in Siparia didn't even check in on that. Until this happened.
Well, thank you, John Solomon, for this little interview. Well, we are back. And you would have seen the many issues that would have raised in those videos. Now, members of the public, and by extension the world, is it fair for we to be paying for fire systems, structures, and policies, and we not getting what is due to us, our just recompense? My name is Renison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. Like, share, and subscribe.